Hello people, today we will be reacting to this FNAF video by FNAF.
Twitter went silent.
I don't remember if we're watching a bit of it, but I probably have. It's called the most important FNAF game that
Today I want to discuss
the most important FNAF game that disappeared.
What I think is the most important FNAF game that is crucial to figuring out the modern lore that has completely disappeared. The current state of Five Nights at Freddy's is very confusing. If you're new to the franchise and decide to pick up the latest game to see if you can figure out the story, you're going to be very lost. If you then decide to pick up the VR game, you're going to more vaguely understand what's going on, but largely you will still be lost. So then you decide to pick up every FNAF game that came prior, and you learn more about the story that came before, but as far as the story that came after, you're still lost. Then you hear there's FNAF novels. 23 books and about $245 later, you're even more lost than before. But there's one game that could better help you understand some key components of Security Breach. But 1 year ago this month, it got abandoned. And that's FNAF AR. FNAF AR, and especially the period of time when FNAF AR came out, was so weird for me. Even as one of the more hardcore...
Yeah guys, if you didn't know that, FNAF, a couple months ago, FNAF AR, the Illumix, I don't know how to pronounce it, I forgot what it's called, Illumix or Illumix, I don't know. They stopped working on it, and basically they just stopped,
FNAF
and just started working with the other AR projects, like one that was like a ring that puts a digital ring on your finger. So basically, it's almost as if that FNAF AR was their test subject, and then they used what they learned from FNAF AR for the other projects, and they just stopped working on it. It's really annoying. Back to the video.
Skipped this game. When it came out, I downloaded it and played it for a few minutes, but after that, I never returned. It was a cool concept for a game, but it wasn't really my cup of tea. But the game definitely had its fair share of fans. The Twitter for FNAF...
You can still play the game, it's just they're not uploading it anymore.
FAR
like updating it.
Seemed to be thriving, and people seem to really like the new skins and characters being added to the game. But as time...
Yeah, that's the most annoying thing. Like, they're not making any more skins. Like, so see Funko, they make like plushies. They have to make their own actual like original character designs now, which is good, but sometimes, you know, they fail and they make it look kind of bad. But so far there's only like two of them, I think. Back to the video.
As time went on, people started to get more weary of the game, mostly because of the lack of characters and the pricey microtransactions. Near the...
That's nothing, yeah, the like microtransactions, which if you don't know what that means, have you been on the internet in the last 8,000 years? There hasn't been around for 8,000 years, but I mean, like, have you been on the internet at all? Ever? You probably have, if you don't know what microtransaction means. It means, like, digital, I don't know how to explain it, you just figure it out.
At the end of 2021, the Dark Circus event was announced, and at this point, Illumix's replies were filled with hate and critique, citing bugs in the game, lack of new characters, and those pricey microtransactions. Then, 1 year ago this month, the FNAF AR Twitter went silent. No more updates, no more skins, and no more tweets. From an outsider perspective, it seemed that's what got people confused. To me that they were sick of the backlash. Making new content for FNAF AR at that point was a thankless job, so why even keep going? Even to this day, whenever Illumix makes a post on their non-FNAF account, they get bombarded with replies asking about FNAF AR. If you go to Illumix's website, scroll down to the bottom and hit the FNAF AR tab, you're met with this. So what happened? Did Illumix...
Wait, did they delete the website? Wait. What's it called again?
Scroll down to the bottom and hit the FNAF
Illumix. Illumix. Let's see. Let's see if this is going or not. Well, FNAF is the first thing that comes up. Let's see. Scroll down. FNAF AR. Lyle. John, I think that's his name.
FAR tab, you're met with this. So what happened? Did Illumix abandon development? Was the hate too much for them? Or was the game simply just meant to be a temporary thing? Let's get into what I think is the most important FNAF game right now that has disappeared. Like I explained in my modern FNAF timeline video, FNAF AR was filled with a ton of lore. So much so that the Ultimate Guide said that FNAF AR is a, quote, massive expansion of game lore. FNAF AR came out 6 months after FNAF Help Wanted on November 25th, 2019. The timeline of the release of FNAF AR actually perfectly lines up with the timeline of the lore. Once you open up FNAF AR, they make it very clear that something was...
So, Markiplier just standing in the middle, just casually, just a video of Markiplier standing in the middle of his room with an iPad.
Wrong. It seems that a glitch has infected the Fazbear Funtime delivery server.
Okay, wait, what? I'm not gonna question that.
The game congratulates you for being selected for their new Funtime service.
Congratulations! You've been selected for our newest service.
But the glitch then reveals it to actually be the Eternal service, which will forever send killer animatronics to your door. After you accept the service, the glitch becomes more present, as seen by the scrambled text and audio. The lore that follows in this game is what makes it so important. The meat of the lore comes from the emails that are served to the player through their inbox. The emails consist of a bunch of different storylines. One that has to do with a shipping company called DLZ Shipping Solutions, another that has to do with a team scanning a virus into their system, and finally one that shows two Fazbear Entertainment employees, Ness and Lewis, having a conversation. This lore is super important to understanding some key factors about Security Breach.
Some people think that Ness is like short for Vanessa.
And Help Wanted. Although I do think you could make an argument that you could completely skip FNAF AR and still understand how Vanny came to be. FNAF AR just gives us more detail about what happened when Vanessa was getting infected with the virus. In the conversation between Vanessa and Lewis shared...
I never really played the games. Like, what I done was basically I watched all the Batfats videos, and then I begged my mum to get me FNAF 1 for my Fire tablet, like a Kindle thing, Fire. You know, one that Amazon makes. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I just begged my mum to get it for me. She was like, okay. And like I got it, and I was like, I couldn't even get past the first night. But then once I got FNAF AR when I learned all the thing, and then once Security Breach came out, I got that.
Concerns regarding Vanessa's search history, which...
Oh, and by the way, now you can see that right there. I have FNAF 1. Yeah.
Relates to what happened to her in Help Wanted. Share some concerns regarding Vanessa's search history, which relates to what happened to her in Help Wanted. Through the behavior outlined by Lewis, we can search history.
Yeah, something.
Which relates to what happened to her in Help Wanted.
I think something about cutting someone in half and how long they stay conscious for. Like, I don't think a sane person would be Googling that.
Through the behavior outlined by Lewis, we can see her slow descent into madness and into the control of Glitchtrap. At the end of their conversation, Lewis brings up the fact that Vanessa is making a costume. Vanessa making that costume comes up in the FNAF AR emails, the end of the Curse of Dreadbear, and the last Vanessa CD in Security Breach.
You purchased some fake fur material. What are you gonna make?
This is how we know that the emails in FNAF AR and the retro CDs in Security Breach...
Purchased some fake fur material? What do you think what are you gonna make? I bet the therapist was like, is the person I'm talking to a furry?
This is how we know that the emails in FNAF AR and the retro CDs in Security Breach all happened during Help Wanted. In all three of the instances where Vanessa making the costume is brought up, that is the last we hear of her. That's because we learn in the retro CDs that Vanessa was then hired at the mall.
I'm needed somewhere else now. Thank you.
All of this is to say that I don't think Vanessa's the reason that FNAF AR is the most important FNAF game, at least right now. There is one thing that appears in Security Breach that I don't think would be there without FNAF AR, and you wouldn't find an explanation for without playing FNAF AR. And that's the blob. One of the groups of emails we get in FNAF AR has to do with DLZ Shipping Solutions sending a delivery of animatronics to the Pizzaplex. Once again, you see direct evidence that this happened in Security Breach. The Afton glitch in FNAF AR wants you to collect as much remnant remnant as possible and pump your animatronics full of it. We then see that a delivery was made to the Pizzaplex by DLZ Shipping Solutions, who I believe to be the same people who sent out the animatronics in FNAF AR. During the conversation between Jimmy and Lisa, Lisa specifically says that the Bonnie animatronic is acting up and begs Jimmy to take the shipment back. There's no way that FNAF 1 Bonnie is still around, since we literally see Foxy's rusted torso in the display case in Rockstar Row. That's why I believe that
Foxy's, and also the blob we can see Bonnie.
The animatronics that were sent to the mall were meant to be on display and are also the FNAF AR.
Oh yeah! And then the blob took Bonnie.
Our animatronics, since we learned that the animatronics featured in FNAF AR are not the originals, they're replicas made by Fazbear Entertainment. These animatronics...
Also, I don't know if many people will agree with what I'm saying here, but I'm gonna say it. I don't like the steel wool models for the characters. I mean, the Squid Beach characters are good, yeah, but all the ones that Scott Cawthon made and Steel Wool remade them for the 3D games, I don't like them. I just personally don't like them.
Pumped full of remnants are then used
Afton, he looks fine. But see Springtrap and Help Wanted, I don't think that looks good. Every character and Help Wanted I don't really like, but you know, it's decent.
Bring Afton back to life. So what is the blob? Well,
it's an ad, that's what it is. Yes, pizza. I don't care about the pizza, sorry, no, we're just gonna skip.
Well, like I said in my timeline video, in FNAF AR, it's your job to collect as much remnant as possible. But while you're collecting it, there's shadowy remnants surrounding it. So inevitably, you collect the shadowy remnant along with it. The more remnant you collect, the more shadowy remnant you collect. So I believe the blob is the FNAF AR animatronics, floating in a big amalgamation of shadowy remnant. If you want more on that theory, I recommend watching my timeline video after this one. Now let's get into my problem with modern FNAF lore and why I think FNAF AR was so easily overlooked from a story standpoint. First of all,
But the Lumix models for FNAF characters, I don't know how I'm feeling about them. Wait, and Help Wanted, does it... No, I mean wait. I want to know if in Secure Beach they use... And the Blob, do they use the models from FNAF AR? Oh, I forgot. Let's. I think. Wait. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, look. That's the old Chica video. Look at that. That's definitely... They definitely used the AR models and the blob, right?
I want to say that I respect everyone involved with FNAF AR, and I don't condone sending hate to them. This is just me giving my opinion on the lore elements of the game. Every single FNAF game that has ever came out has one thing in common. All of the story that Scott intended to share was shown at once. I can start and finish playing FNAF 4 right now without interruption and experience everything Scott intended for us to see. FNAF AR was the first game to stray from that. My problem, and the reason why I think the lore in FNAF AR was easily overlooked, is because the game feeds you the lore over time rather than it being in an all-in-one package. You can't sit down and play through FNAF AR in one sitting. It's a time commitment. And I think having to constantly play a mobile game every day to try and figure out what is going on with the story is a big ask for a lot of people, especially when you're being bombarded with pricey in-game purchases. Even if you don't want to play the game and watch other YouTubers play it, who knows if that YouTuber will even open all of the emails and find all of the lore, since it's such a big time commitment and not an all-in-one package game. Also, the game at least was constantly updating, so YouTubers' playthroughs became constant and never-ending. Never mind that some of the most important emails that have to do with the lore were not even officially released in the game and had to be dug up in the source code. I mean, the literal email chain that has a direct reference in Security Breach with the Remember Jimmy sticky note was never officially released in FNAF AR. Those emails were scrapped and presumably found in the source code. So to figure out what the heck is going on with the blob, fans either have to find the scrapped content content online or watch YouTubers like me find it and figure it out for them. The point is, if you're a newcomer to the series, FNAF in its current state is not easy to understand. Yes, you can play the games and understand vaguely what is going on, but if you ever want to dig deeper into why and how things are happening, it starts to get very expensive and time-consuming. Honestly, the Ultimate Guide is one of the best things that's come out of this franchise recently. If you're going to buy any FNAF book, I recommend that one. It has a couple small inaccuracies in it, but overall, it's a great way to get updated on what's important and what's going on. The book even shows you all of the emails in FNAF AR. I wouldn't be surprised if the book was made for the sole purpose of cleaning up the mess that was FNAF AR. Anyways, make sure to subscribe, and once again, I mean this all with peace and love. Bye!
Wait. He's committed a crime. Wait. He just said bye. He's supposed to say bye. Like, look, see this one.
Coffee? What else?
I don't care about coffee. No, I'm not old enough to have coffee.
The cast of the FNAF movie was opinions. I think that William Afton is perfect. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Bye.
So he's supposed to do that, but that